Little Jimmy's playing in his back garden down here. And when he turns around, he looks up and he dreams of all the money he can make. The big investment palace over here. Look at the size of this thing. Good gravy. So the new Financial Districts mini expansion has been released, but how does that integrate into the cities that you already have built? Well, here we are in Blightea-on-the-Wold, one of my 2 cities that I've been building on this channel. It is a pretty large and established city with a population of over 67,000. So we are going to start off right at the beginning of the Financial Districts expansion and see how it works, see what we have to do, see how making money affects our city and whether we're going to lose all of our money. We've got 4.6 million to play with. Now you'll notice down here we have this new tab, police department and banks. So there's our normal police stuff, but we've got banks over here. And at the moment we can't place them. We need to have a stock exchange reach level 2 to get the small bank, to reach level 3 to get the large bank, and to reach level 4 to get the skyscraper bank. So if we pop on over to our unique buildings, we've got a new tab right at the beginning here, financial buildings. And the very first building that we need to place is the stock exchange. Now, I've been looking around the city thinking, where can we place this? Because we don't really have a city centre type area yet, or a big high-rise area in Blightea-on-the-Wold. What with it being a more British themed city. And if we have a look at this building, yeah, it is a pretty gaudy building with those big coins on the top, I have to say. It would fit in, yeah, maybe if you had some older buildings around. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take this little area here. You might remember this teeny tiny high street that we built a long time ago. We did use lots of old buildings along here, but somehow some of them have started to upgrade into more modern looking buildings. So this whole area needs to be redone. I think that was probably when we upgraded or changed from building themes over to District Styles Plus. So I think we're going to put this building along here. We're going to make a thing of it and see how we can go with it. So let's take that. Oh my goodness, that is absolutely humongous. Yeah, much bigger than I thought. We are going to clear all of these buildings out of here first. Let's do that. There we go. I think that's just about everything. And there they go. They're thinking, where am I going to work now? Well, I'll tell you what, don't run too... Is that one of the new pets that are in this upgrade? What's this thing over here? Look, is it like a flying dog? He's disappeared. Okay, there we go. So we've got our stock exchange. All our money running over the front there, telling how much, all our stocks and shares, I should say, how much money that we're making. Let's click on here and have a look. So we can manage our investment. It's got 960 simoleons, tea leaves, whatever, a week cost. Well, that's not too bad. Can't complain at that. But we need to get this up, as we said, to level 2. So we're going to manage our investments. Now, this is where I'm very interested in seeing how this works because... Oh, we've already unlocked some, of course. Some of these had unlocks when we had a look at this in our video before, Everything New video. But we've obviously hit some of the unlocks because we've got Death Care Service Fund, Farming Industry, Greasy Gasoline, Generic Industry, Healthcare... Traffic was one of the very legit company, and Generic Industry I think was the main 3. Oh no, Greasy Gasoline, that was it. But we've got these extra ones. So why don't we have a look at these extra ones? Traffic Jelly Logistics. See, I'm wondering whether we can do a little test with this. So from what I understand, let's take our Death Care Service Fund. It says, where healthcare fails, we excel. The circle of life ensures we are never out of business. Our goals are high productivity and happy customers. So I'm wondering whether the state of our death care is going to affect the cost of this in here. So if we have a look at our death care, so cemetery usage, but we've got plenty of crematorium available. So capacity 39, yeah. So we're okay on that. How about we dive into, actually already in the right window, our budget, and we drop our healthcare, which includes our death care, all the way down. So that should change, maybe. No, so that's only going to affect the amount of vehicles that are going out. So how about instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that back to what it was. We'll leave it on 101, that's fine. Let's find all of the cemeteries and turn them off and see how that affects our death care. I think I saw one more somewhere. Just looking at the little lines up in it. I think we've got it all. If I unpause this should all drop down. This should drop down to 0. Yeah, there we go. We've got all of them. Ah, of course, because we don't have enough, now we can't even open it. Right, so have at least 3 death care buildings in the city. There we go. So that was the unlock that we had. Well, let's just have just 3 then. So let's turn that one on. We'll do the 3 that are nearby. We'll turn this one on. There we go. And we'll turn this one on. So we're not getting citywide benefits, perhaps just benefits just in this little area here. Let's manage investments again. So I want to keep an eye on the price of this and see whether the rate goes down, because we haven't got a huge amount of death care, and see what happens. So it's dropped down to a certain degree, but I'm not sort of seeing the complete plummet that I was expecting. And I'm wondering whether this is just going to not overly be affected by everything else in our city. Okay, so as we're doing some tests, I'm going to make use of this mod down here, the Play It mod, which allows you to speed the game up. So normally I have the whole game run at 0.85, just makes the cars drive a little bit more realistically on the road, a little bit easier on the CPU while you're running all these mods. But we're going to speed it up to 3 times. I wouldn't advise moving your view of your city around while you're doing that, because it doesn't just speed up the game, it speeds up the whole thing. So everything, the movement of the camera and the lot. So it just helps us to see a little bit quicker. I mean, I think the days are going past a tiny bit quicker, but actually we are seeing a flat line now on our death care stock, aren't we? Which would, in my mind, make a bit more sense. Oh, and while we're in the middle of looking at that, we've had an autosave. Let's have a quick sip of tea. And also don't forget to check out Biffaplays.merch.com for your autosave sip of tea merchandise. Yeah, so I'm going to keep running this until we get... Oh, I've moved my mouse off there. Until we get rid of this bit here and we just get a flat line all the way across. So then we can really see how maybe the price is going to increase when I turn on again all my death care stuff. Oh man, the price is dropping down a lot. I think that is having some sort of effect, and then suddenly it shoots back up again and just makes me think it has no effect at all. Look at that. I mean, that was the place to buy it, was right down here, wasn't it, before it went right up there. So I'm thinking that the amount of death care I've got just, oh, it's dropped down again. Look at that. Okay, a little bit more information. I think I possibly misunderstood it, that this is tied to productivity. So if I have too many death care buildings all over the place and people aren't being used and our productivity is low, if that makes sense, then the stock prices will go down. So actually, I should have left all of these turned on and really had an overabundance of them. So let me just go through my city and turn all of these back on again. Okay, so they're all turned on. There we go, that last one came on. So now, I mean, a lot of these are going to be sending out lots and lots of vehicles, I would imagine. Yeah, because we've got a bit of a death wave going on in our city, as you can see. So productivity is high, so the price should shoot up. So once the death wave has gone, once all the vehicles aren't going out, then we should see the vehicles are sat around doing nothing, productivity is low, the prices should drop down. And I've also increased the budget as well, right to the max, and we can see we're heading up to the higher part of the graph now. We're really jumping up high. So I think there's probably going to be a little bit of fluctuation and wavering built into it as well. But I think we're going to be the higher end of the graph, and then once things start settling down, it will go down again. So, right, I think I'm getting to understand it a little bit more. We'll do some more tests with some of the other ones. Yeah, look, we're getting more pluses than we were before, definitely. So the death wave is over, and to try and increase this productivity that we're going to have, I'm going to place a load of these down. So how many vehicles do we have in these ones? I can't remember. Let's just pop one of those down and have a quick look. 13 vehicles in those. These have 9 vehicles. Okay, so we'll go for the larger one. We've got these. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, that comes with 19 vehicles. And then we've got our body collection. What's that there? 8 vehicles. That's not too many. And finally, this one here, the crematorium, is 10 vehicles. Yeah. So if we place down a load of these, then we are going to have lots of vehicles sitting around doing nothing, which from what I understand is productivity. They're overproduced. There we go. Let's pop another couple along there. So again, like we said, just for testing purposes, not costing us a huge amount to actually place. It will cost us a lot of money. Oh, to upkeep. Oh no, what is the upkeep on these? It's 800 a week, so not too bad. So stock prices should be dropping now. Now the lowest this chart got before was 1600 right at the beginning. So let's run this for a bit and see whether it goes any lower. Wow, would you look at that? It shot all the way up. How did I manage to get that to happen? Well, I've added in a load of high capacity hospitals. Even though it's called the death care. I've opened the wrong one. Here we go. Even though it's called the Death Care Service Fund, in the tooltip on the right, it says where healthcare fails. So I'm wondering whether that's a little thing. I am sort of obviously making this video before proper release. But all of this sort of thing, I was wondering how high this is going to go. So it's going to drop down a bit. So there's still going to be a bit of up and down. But overall, I mean, wow, there's no denying that all those healthcare buildings have made a huge difference. Right, okay, so let me do this properly then. So what I want to do is I'm going to remove all of these buildings. You can see how my camera's moving super quick because I've got this on super high. I'm going to remove all of these death care buildings and I'm going to just do it with Move It mod to make it quicker. Boink, there we go. And we've got these in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn each of these off. There we go, they're all off. So now I'm assuming what we're going to see is this is going to drop down. Yeah, here we go. So this is how we do it. If you want to monkey around with the stocks, so how low is this going to go on the next day? Minus 15. Okay, it's sort of bottomed out there. I'm going to buy, so I can buy 1,000 at a time. That'll cost me 1.8 million. So I'm going to buy that. Extra. Ooh. Suddenly, the money is gone. And then I'm going to turn these back on again. Have we got a new cheese in the game? I think we've got park cheese for making the money with the parks. We've got pedestrian cheese. Do we now have investment cheese? Well, let's see. So if I get all of those, everybody's happy again. And now this should shoot up. Look at that. So I've got to keep my eye on this. What I don't want is this going bankrupt, which we saw in my... So it's flattened out again, which we've seen in a previous video can happen, and you can lose like everything. So I mean, that's sort of flattened out there. I've gained not 1 million, but you know, that's a reasonable amount. So I think I'm going to sell there, and we're back to what we were after before I bought all the buildings. Okay, right. So that gives us, I'm gonna delete all of these. That gives us a little bit of an insight as to how this works. So if you're overproducing, the stock price goes up. If you're underproducing, the stock price is low. So I suppose that would make sense because you're investing in, let's say it is healthcare. Healthcare is rubbish in the city in this hypothetical situation. Stocks are low, we invest, we then build a load of hospitals, prices go up because we're overproducing, and then we can sell. So I don't know whether that to me just seems back to front, or I'm not a stock and shares, but I'm investing, never done anything like that at all. But yeah, okay, so how's that helped us out over here? Let's come out of the Move It mod. Yeah, we can upgrade. Excellent. So that was the idea. We want to see how this works. We're testing. So that's... Whoa, congratulations. Bronze cow, bronze panda, small bank. That is what I'm looking at. Oh, we can literally jump up to the next level as well. Let's look at this one first. There we go. So it sounds like a little glass top on there. That is like towering over my little house. Little housing estate. Little Jimmy's playing in his back garden down here. And when he turns around, he looks up and he dreams of all the money he can make. the big investment palace over here. Look at the size of this thing. Good gravy. Let's take this thing up another level. Upgrade. What? Now we've got large bank and elevated plaza. Okay, we can't go any more than that. That is just unbelievably tall, isn't it? That is unbelievably tall. That might not be staying there in my city. We'll see how that goes. You might find somewhere to put that. But good gravy, look at that. Anyway, we've got the banks. So why don't we take a look at the banks and see how that works in our city? So if we come down here, we've got our financial tab. which if we zoom out and have a look at our city, so the stock market here, the stock exchange, has given us some coverage of a tax bonus. So we're getting tax bonus from the small amount of buildings in the green of 4%, and then we're getting a 0 tax bonus the further out we go. Our banks, we've got no coverage at all, but these are the places that we're looking for. So the bank, if we just have a read what it says on here. So it says a small bank for the financial needs of a small commercial area, comes with a small fleet of cash transport vans. We can see it says there it's got 4 vans that collect money and reduce the crime rate in commercial zone buildings. This will do the same. Cash van 10, 480 a week in cost, 192 a week, cost 12,000. Cost 30,000. Noise pollution 20, noise pollution 10. Okay, a bit of a difference there. But these are our commercial zones, which are nicely highlighted in this orange colour. Well, orange for me, I've got LUTs and things on. So how far apart are we going to have to put these? Well, let's start over here. I think we can, next to our stock exchange, we could put a small bank, and that would probably fit in quite nicely. That is a nice looking little bank building. Very good. And here come the vans. Aha. So let's just take a look at the building. Do we have any other options on here? Right, because we've got the vehicle selector mod. There's the cash transport van. That is it. So that's the only one we have. And he's going to be going out collecting cash. Well, let's follow this chap. So I'm assuming we've got like the transport, oh, what's it called? Transfer CE mod, whatever it is, that looks after the requesting that you get from different buildings. So obviously there's some buildings here that are requesting cash to be collected. That mod may not have been updated, which means this collection is going to work sort of like in a vanilla game, where they are just going to go wherever the call was to get their cash collected. They are just going to head out there and do it. But I'm interested to see how far they can go. It's a bit like the post vans, isn't it? They've got a certain amount they can do. Ah, there we go. So they pick some up from here, 100%. So he's come all this way, from all the way over there to over here, which is interesting. I mean, there's going to be other vehicles as well that have gone out. If we click on here and click this button, we can see one's gone up and over here. Yep, to Upper T Hampton Hub at the end there. The other one's gone down here. Can't see where the third one's gone. But yeah, so that'll be around somewhere. All 4 have gone out. Yeah, okay. So we obviously need to spread those out a little bit more. Maybe we can take our larger bank and squeeze that in somewhere where it's not going to look too odd. Do you know what? Because we don't really have any areas around here of high rise that this building would fit into. I mean, look at it. It just doesn't fit in with the British theme at all. We do have our variations here, which can change the top ever so slightly. So even, yeah, this one here, even the shortish one, I'm hoping we'll get some more bank models that will come up. But this one has got the larger transport van that's going to go out, and I know that there's a lot of collecting that needs to go on in this little area around here. In fact, they've all gone green already, so perhaps just having that out here, they've already collected. No, I think it's just a coverage thing. Yeah, okay, so they're going to go out and do their collecting as well. Let's pop a couple of these other smaller ones. We've got some shops over here and a lot of people that live over here. So if we could squeeze a bank in, what about off this little teeny tiny side road here? That would be good. If we could we anarchy that in? Yeah, why not? Make use of that space. So I'm just thinking as I'm placing these, it's going to be particularly hard to see what our crime rate maybe drops to, because it's so low anyway. But what it might mean is that we could drop down the budget that's on our police, and it will just sort of balance our budget a little bit more. I think that might be a good idea. And I'm also assuming it's going to be like another service that you can have. We've got a few little shops over here. We'll add one in over here. A little service you can add in, which is just going to increase the popularity of an area. Yeah, we're going to take out those 2 buildings there. Pop a nice little local bank in there. See, that little small bank, that fits in. I could see that being on a British high street. That looks okay. And they're going, oh, they're using those vehicles that time. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, that might sort of help these shops around here. Let's just come out and have a look at that. Aren't necessarily at level 3 yet. It might help boost them up. That's a fire station. Yeah, maybe. I'll tell you where I can fit one of these larger banks. North Sutton Business Park. We have quite a few tall buildings in and around here. I'm just... Oh, jumpy game. Just wondering if we can squeeze it in next to one of these areas here. And it wouldn't look too odd. So as you're coming past there... Yeah, see, I don't like the look of that. Is it in my other city? There we go. Buffalo County. These would just be fantastic, but they're so big and so tall. Yeah, well, we'll have it there. We'll see how it goes. I really wanted it going sideways down here. I was going to grab a little 1U road. I'm just going to pop that in there, give it its own little road, and it's next to that building there. So, yeah, I don't think that's too bad. I think that will fit in okay, won't it? And this is the last place we could probably do with a bank over here. Our Tesco's that we built in a previous episode. McDonald's, our Lego store, all of that over here. Could we squeeze a bank in here somewhere? There we go. I think that fits in there nicely. So that is pretty much all of our commercial areas, which we don't have a huge amount of. We have just about enough. But we can see our banks are dotted around. We've got some commercial in there, but I don't really want to put one of these modern banks in there. And then we've got this little area over here, actually, isn't being covered. Because we've got all of these. Actually, yeah, we probably could just do with one more. What about this little corner here? So we've got all the shops around here, but this little corner hasn't been touched in a long time. And I think just one of those nice little small banks. Whoops, I left that on. Let's use the move it mods. Bink, bink. There we go. On the corner here. Would actually fit in, I think, really, really well. Excellent. There we go. Vehicles all going out. Collecting of the cash. Well, back over to the stock exchange. So I would like to just sort of decorate this little plot of land that we've got here. So maybe I can use some of the new items that we've unlocked. Let's just take a look at those. So we've got the bronze cow. Very interesting. We've got the bronze panda. Also very interesting. Does it give us any bonus or anything? No, it's just like a little plaza type thing. But then we've got the elevated plaza. Great for decorating a financial district. That is a little bit larger. I think we're definitely going to make a use of that. Underground Garden Plaza, we need to reach level 4. And then the International Trade Building, level 5. So maybe we are so close to level 4. Oh, look at that. That one is quite low. Again, it's our death care. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to buy a load of those. Wait for it to go up, and then sell. And there you go, a couple of days later, 110,000. We are going to sell all of that, and that should take us up to the next level. Let's just zoom out a bit so we can see what this is going to look like. Oh my giddy aunt. And we've unlocked the last couple of things. And the skyscraper bank. Oh, this thing is just humongous. This thing is just humongous. But then if we get some other skyscrapers sort of up and around here, maybe it will start sort of fitting in. Let's see what we can do. I'll tell you what, let me know in the comments whether you think all of this should stay in Blightea-on-the-Wold. You know, we've done really well keeping this all British themed. Council housing estates, blocks of flats, Asda and Tesco. Could we add in a little bit of imagination as well? What do you reckon? Let me know. There we go. Just thought we'd throw together a little plaza down here. Oh, sounds like lots of things are upgrading. What the heck's going on around me? I don't know. So anyway, let's have a quick look at the plaza. Oh, looking nice. Got a bank in there. A few trees, some nice paths. Yeah, really doing something for this area. This building's just massive. I've got it on good authority that there will be some stock exchanges and banks, is what I'm trying to say, added to the Steam Workshop at some time in the near future that will, yeah, maybe fit into other styles a little bit more as well. But for now, we'll make do with this. So we've looked at banks. We've seen how they work. We've looked at the stock exchange. We've seen how that works. What about if you've got an industry that you want to unlock, which you haven't done yet, so you can manage your investments that way? So if we look down the bottom here, we've got Chirp Air, which needs at least 30 weekly airplane passengers. Forestry, oil and ore industry, which needs at least 200 squares of each of those buildings. So the way that that's worded, I'm thinking it means 200 squares of, if we go into here, these specialized, industry specialized buildings. So that means that is available to everybody that has the game, rather than if you need the industries DLC to use these ones. So let's have a look at what industries that we've got around, and then once we've unlocked one of these ones down the bottom here, oil, ore. Oh, we've got Chirpy Cruises. Missed that one. 50 weekly cruises. Yeah, we're not this near the sea. Forestry, oil or ore. What have we got in our city of Blightea here? Let's have a look. Well, in the squares that we've got unlocked, we're going to struggle a little bit here. I don't think... How far... Oh, yeah, we don't come far enough down there to get anything along the bottom section here. So that's not open to us. Going up the side here, I mean, we could plant a load of trees and do that. We're missing out on this oil. If we come up the back here, we've got a huge amount of oil up here, just on the outskirts of Biffa, which is right by this train station. Maybe we can make a little bit of use of that. We've already got farming unlocked. So that is about it, really. We've got, like, forestry in here. Don't really want to touch that. Oh, dear. So the new residents of Biffa are going to have a stinking oil industry open up on this little patch of oil here. Once we get this square open, we could move it a little bit further away. But for the... Oh, yeah, there's, like, oil everywhere. All the way down here, we've got ore and all sorts. But just for the purposes of testing, how about we set up a little oil industry here, get 200 squares of buildings that we need, and see how things go. We've got this road here, and we've got this one here. Look, I think this is the one over the train station out into nowhere, and we can try and build it as far away as possible over here and see what we can do. And that's it. We've got ourselves into there. Might just actually, I don't mind that sort of bend into the hill like that, coming out the other side. Yeah. Nice little wiggly road. I like the look of that. I like the look of that tunnel. That is very cool. And then we just want to make sure that we've got this connected up here. Now that was going up. Yeah, we can sort of bring that out like this. There we go. Excellent. Let's get the game going. And then I'm going to give dedicated turning lanes to there. And I can see it. There we go. Give way coming out of there. That should be good. Excellent. So now we've got over into this area. Let's pop a little zone over here. Well, actually, we don't need to paint an industry area because we're not doing the industries DLC, are we? We're going to stick to the standard, what comes with the game. So the zoned industry. So I'm going to pop that on there like that. So we know all of that is going to be pretty much over the oil. Let me just take this back a little bit there. There we go. So we definitely know we're covering all the oil industry. Burton Common, fantastic. And then we go into our specialization here. We're going to be oil industry. There we go. And then we just need to build a little something out here. There we go, and I'm hoping power's just going to jump across there. Yeah, we should be okay. So, yeah, we've definitely got this set as an oil industry. So, I mean, I'm not quite sure. Is there an easy way to count how many squares of industry we've got other than literally counting the squares? Because I don't know. But if we pop all of these in here and just sort of see what we get growing up and see how close we are. Or maybe it will give us actually this. Yeah, we'll do it all down all these roads. That's fine. Just because we're testing, I've just had a quick look at our stock exchange, and you literally need the buildings to appear. You can't just zone in the squares and that will count. Oh, there we go. Started to pop in. I've just popped a couple of services down here just to, help these things along, and they're happy with that. Let's get our power jumping over here. I think one of these hidden amongst the trees there should do well. Yes, excellent. So there we go. We have our oil industry buildings popping in, and they're going to be making oily type stuff. Now, what we obviously what we can do to help these out with their storage and stuff is we can actually put in here some storage. I'm going to just pop that right in the middle there for no other reason. And down here, we're going to give that zoned oil products. There we go. And that actually can be put on empty. So they can store it all there. Then that can be sent out to be sold everywhere else. Excellent. Look at that. Very good. Very good. So while that's building, let's come over here and see whether we get sort of like a running total of what we've got. Can I scroll down? Yes, we do. So we've got 66 out of 200, 75 out of 200. Cool. Okay. So as soon as that unlocks, I want to be investing. 2 more. Come on, you can do it. I thought that was going to be it. Oh, I'll have a sip of tea while I'm waiting, and I'll probably miss it. Oh, I missed it. Right, I'm pausing the game. Right, that is... Wow, that is very, very low on the cost. If we look... So I'm trying to understand the chart. So it's 0 at the moment. Pump up your profits by investing in the oil industry. Okay. So what I want to do is I don't want that overproducing. So, let's come over here. Let's remove any zoned industry that doesn't have a building on it. So if you use this one here, you can right click, and it's not gonna, as long as you don't click where the building actually is, it won't remove any of the zones that have a building on. As you can see, it didn't touch the one next to it. So we're gonna have exactly the amount we need. Okay, I think I've got everything. I think there's a couple of... No, there's nothing in that one there, is there? No, let's get rid of that one. So hopefully that is still enough. Let's come all the way back over here again and take a look. Let's just pause a second while we're doing this. Do you know it has got oil? Yep, so it's still counting, so that's okay. So the rate is shooting up at the moment, but the value is 100 tea leaves at the moment. So we are going to invest in these heavily because from what I understand, it's all tied to productivity. So with oil industry, we're going to be producing a lot once we grow it. So I'm going to buy 1,000 shares is the most I can buy at one time. I think I can buy some more if I do it more than once. Oil, I've got maximum number of shares. Okay, let's just keep an eye on that for a second. Yeah, so it's what I thought. At the end of it, whoa, flipping it, that shot up a lot, didn't it? That's more like what I expected the chart to look like. So we haven't gained anything yet. But if we expand, so this is where I think it's going to come in. Okay, so we're gaining a little bit. Probably got a couple more buildings growing in. And as we said, there's going to be a little bit of an up and down within this, the way, you know, the mathematics behind it all anyway. Okay, so it's sort of maybe leveling out there. So what I want to do over here is I want to zone all of this in. There's obviously a need for more to be done. So I'm going to grab this. We're going to zone all of this in. So we're going to be producing so much oil that our shares should go up in price. That's my understanding of it. Let's just have a look at this here. So yeah, we're probably going to need a couple of these, I would imagine. Let's grab another one of those. There we go. So that should get sold out. All of this should now start filling up, which it will. Let's come back over here. Let's click on this. Let's keep an eye on our oil industry and see how much money we end up gaining now that we've put our own money and effort into growing our oil industry. Okay, we can see it is really going up. Nearly 50,000 there it went up to, which was about half of what we invested. And yeah, we've got loads of industry growing in. I've expanded it a bit, and we're sort of getting to the point of where they're saying not enough workers and that sort of thing. So there is going to be a limit. Yeah, we haven't got enough people to really sustain much more of this, even though the business is growing in. No barrels in there, no barrels in there, 153 in there. So it's getting sold, which is what we want to see. So we're probably at about the limit of what our little city can cope with, and we're going to let the rest of that grow in. So as before, I'll keep an eye on my investments. Yeah, and I think this is about the time to sell. We can see a repeating pattern on the little chart here, this little bit here. It hits always around 55,000. So we've made 56,100, I think, altogether, which would be great. So we're going to sell. Oh, there we go. It gives us our gain, 55,900. Here we go. We can see this seems to be the limit of what it's going to get now, with a couple of little up and downs just to keep you on your toes. So we're going to sell all of that, make some more money, so we can see how that works. So then we could do the same for these other industries as well. Get in on the ground level, expand them, and make some more money. That's really good. And I'm wondering as well whether there'd be some sort of maths to be done with loans, taking, you know, 200,000, invest in it. Somebody's better at maths than me, work that out. So interest 15%, weekly costs. So by the time we've gone through enough weeks to have the money come back, would it be worth it? Do you know what? Somebody who's brainier than me can work that out for sure. Another little trick you can do. I've just dropped my budget on my healthcare all the way down, and it's just dropped the value of healthcare. Look, you can see on the chart. So I'm going to buy a load of those. There we go. And then I'm going to put my budget all the way up. There we go. And of course, you don't have to do this. Some people are going to say, oh, I can't believe it, got the cheesy stuff going on. But, you know, you don't have to cheese it. You can do it the way we did the oil industry, do it properly. Within the mechanics of the game, that's fine. So now, hopefully, there we go. We should see this shoot all the way up. Well, let's hope this goes well. I've spent nearly all of our money. We've only got 1,400 odd left in the kitty. We're actually losing money in the city. You know how it goes up and down with the industry. So I'm just gambling with all of our money. Whew. We came out the other side. Sherpa Crypto, that's where it's at. I'm going to make a fortune with this one. I hope it's coming up. So my understanding for Traffic Jelly Logistics, if the traffic gets worse, then the stock is going to go down in price. And if the traffic gets better, it's going to go up in price because everyone's moving around, selling the stuff. And at the minute, my traffic is dropping. So I'm thinking that if we sort of get that, yeah, that's, oh, okay, it's gone up again. I'm going to get this when it's in a minus, buy a load, and then I'm going to put despawning on and get my traffic really high and sell a load. Right, okay, so let's pause the game. Let us buy all of that. And then I'm going to come into here, put despawning on. We'll come out of that, go back into here again. So that should start shooting up, which means we should make a load of money. Please. Woo. Next DLC after this will be how to sack the mayor who's just spent all your money. Oh, look at that. On dodgy stocks and shares. Oh, brilliant. I love it. I think I only need like 150,000 more or something like that to get to the next level. Let's just sell it there. That will do. Let's just do that. And I think, yeah, we can upgrade for level 5, the very last level. Let's zoom out a bit so we can sort of get a boink. Oh, it's added a little bit on the top. And now we've got the international trade building. Nice. Okay, so let's just look at the top of this. There's like stacks of coins on the top. Nice little deck on there as well. You want to come and count your money as you're looking over. Whoop, let's zoom this way around. Looking over Blightea-on-the-Wold. It's like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, but it's a big investment bureau over the top of a nice sleepy British countryside. I love it. Let's have a look at that international trade building. Okay, here we go. Under unique buildings, the center of finance and international trading for any city that has made its way to the top of the financial world. Financial district office buildings pay higher tax rates when built close to an international trade building. And this is unique building. You're going to get visitors, you've got entertainment value, noise pollution, a cost per week. Mamma mia, this is huge. Let's turn that one off there, and then we can sort of place that up against the road and see what's that going to cost us. 125,000. That is a super tall building. That's not going to stay here. I'm just sort of plopping that down just so we can see. But I tell you what we are going to do with these buildings is we're going to go into Biffa County and we are going to take a close look at all the new financial district office buildings, because I think that's going to fit a little bit better in there. I just always laugh at the person who lives down here looking out their windows at, we could go and work at one of these huge buildings, Mummy. I love it. I love it. Okay, well, if you've enjoyed this deep dive into the financial district stuff, be sure to subscribe then so you don't miss out as we look at what's left when we get to Biffa County. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you all very soon for the next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye.